But what was next on the show? Was it something that you would enjoy?
Well, under normal circumstances, if this was a perfect world or even a logical world, yes, it was. But since it's not in AEW, I didn't. The Owen Hart tournament returned. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher. And everybody knows how in a sane, rational world with what Tony Khan was gifted with Mark Briscoe in terms of the opportunity, the right talent that he had there at the right time to make a star out of Mark Briscoe. He would have already been, over the last 2 years, the babyface world champion of this joint, not the top one, not one of the other 6. And then he would still be a top babyface single attraction in the gimmick kick-ass babyface category like Hacksaw Duggan was in Mid-South when Magnum TA or Brad Armstrong or another one of the more traditional babyfaces was the champion. And he would be a drawing card. He always gets over in front of the live crowd every time. They naturally like him in Philadelphia. He's from not too far away from there. And because of his history there. And that's why that their great value Randy Orton beat him with that brain buster on the top turnbuckle that I don't know why the fuck anybody would go for. Way too much room for error with that. And it was another TV match because they've destroyed Mark's value. It was a wonderful match that the people liked because Mark Briscoe always fucking gets over. But he also always gets beat. And unfortunately, that's the position that they're ended in because Tony is not able to see and react when he is gifted shit that he didn't plan for. And his advisors that he listens to have the most indie mindset of anybody in the company, and they keep him doing this great match bullshit with children instead of recognizing personalities and real wrestling talent that can get over with a wider audience. Though he might have a chance, a prayer even, of expanding his fucking audience by legitimate means instead of fictitious, well, they're out there watching on streaming. Yeah, I would stream all over this whole fucking show if I was a mainstream wrestling fan and not somebody living in this fucking bubble. I'd stream all over it. Wouldn't take me 4.5 hours either. What'd you think of this match?
I mean, technically it was good in a vacuum. But again, I knew who was going to win. I think everyone knew who was going to win. There wasn't any question about it. The booking made it pretty obvious who was going to win. The booking over the last 2 years has made it pretty obvious who was going to win here. So it's hard for me to, it's hard to enjoy a match sometimes when you know that they're just having a long competitive match where every fan knows what the outcome is going to be already.
Everything's an exhibition of moves that they each do. But, and there's nothing wrong with sometimes you're supposed to know who's going to win because it's a big star against a guy that, well, we like him, but he ain't going to beat the other guy on television. But again, same thing. See Osprey, see everybody else. They've got Kyle in a top spot and he's in a tournament match against a guy who never beats anybody on pay-per-view. What is the fuck? I'm serious. Why is they think the answer is just book a bunch of guys in a bunch of fucking matches and have a bunch of fucking tournaments and have a bunch of titles on the line. And if it's not a garbage match with chairs and barbed wire and people being punctured, then it's an endless array of floor exercises and uneven parallel bars from the gymnastics team. It's all the fucking same. It's meaningless. You need personalities. What's the sign over Jerry Jarrett's desk? Personal issues draw money.